in Parliament takes on Inspector General of Police over promises of special police recruitment for youth of Boku in exchange for peace, as they describe the IGP's comment as dangerous and likely to pose more threat to peace in the area.
We assure you that when it comes to, we will give the priority, and so for that matter, a special team will come here to do special recruitment for people of the youth of Boku. I know how hardworking people from this area are.
We have details plus here from the embattled Asin South MP, Reverend Intim Fojo, who led a minority press conference today for accusing government for doing little to resolve the raging issue. We'll be live in the area as well here on Top Story, brought to you by Telecel, connecting energies and holy insecticide spray and coil. Enjoy a holy sleep. My name is Samuel Kojo Brace. Well, tonight there is more coming in from the renewed disturbances in Boku, as the minority in Parliament is taking on the Christian Tete Yonu over his promise of police recruitment for the youth of Boku in exchange for peace. At least the latest clash between resident and police in Boku has led to the death of one person, two others, including a police. Inspector General of Police Christian Tete Yonu is currently in the area leading mediation talks with stakeholders to resolve the current situation, where he is promising special police recruitment for the youth if they lay down their, a position the minority is unhappy about. We'll hear from them shortly, but first listen to what the IGP said in his first engagement with the youth earlier today.
Those who have retired, who have worked in any of these security services, have all distinguished themselves. So we are appealing to you to lay down your arms, have confidence in us, so that together we'll work and then we'll bring peace to this area. We are that when it comes to recruitment, we'll give the people of Boku priority. Give the youth of Boku priority. For that matter, a special team will come here to do special recruitment for people of the youth of Boku. If we get them, I'm sure some of them have helped us a lot in international communities, in international peacekeeping. I know, and their names, only that I will not mention, who have worked diligently, and those who have retired, they also work together with us to make sure that we work together to bring peace here. I know how hardworking people from this area are. So we are appealing to you, just let us know where we are going wrong, so we can quickly correct those things and then make sure that people diligently. Where by mistake we have done something wrong, forgive us. We will not repeat those things again. We are also appealing to you that our people, the security over here, the police, the military, the prison, fire service, immigration, all those who are here, they are here to work to bring peace. If any individual commits anything wrong, let us know, so that we will pull that person out of the area. We will continue to work together to bring peace. So please, forgive us where we have gone wrong. Forgive us where we have gone wrong. Those mistakes will be corrected.
apology to the youth for any police excessives encountered in police operations in the last few days. In fact, he was talking in general, apologizing for the security services operating in the area and any excesses that officers of the service have engaged in.
Some of we have been here in the years past. We know Boku. Boku is an area where every security officer would like to come and work here before finally he goes on retirement. Today, some of us who saw that, we are not happy with what today. It is our prayer the Almighty God will bring the same glory of Boku back. I've come here to come and work with you and also ensure that our men that we bring here, they work according to the mandate. I've seen a lot of things that have been written on the placards, and we are going to work towards it. We are going to make sure that your concerns as you have shown on your placards, we want everything that is worrying the people in this area about we, the security over here, let us know. Just put your grievances to the overlord, and they will receive it. And we will make sure that we will correct those things urgently. Just forgive us. We have provided security in many other countries. Our duty is to be neutral. And to the best of we, the leaders in Accra, we want to ensure that there's neutrality. But if in the course of the work, we have some of our personnel who are not exhibiting that neutrality, that will not bring peace. We plead with you. Just let us know. Let us know, and we will solve that problem so that the reason of being here will be solved. We don't have to be here permanently.
So that is the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yonu, there speaking to the resident of Boku earlier today. Well, the minority in Parliament have also waded into this particular development and have been speaking on it. Earlier in the day, they addressed a news conference where my colleague James Kwesiavaji was there for Joy News, and he joins me in studio with details of that. James, the minority is taking strong exception to the position of the IGP.
Yes, Brace. So this press conference was organized by the Defense and Interior Committee, the minority on the Defense Parliament, led by the ranking member of Parliament for Asin South, Reverend Intim Fojo, and he was flanked on the left by the minority whip, Frank Anodompre, and his deputy ranking member, Honorable Amankwa Menu Kofi, who is also the member of Parliament for Echuma constituency. Now, they indicated that heard this or saw this comment from the IGP on social media, and thinks that with the volatility of situations in Boku, it is wrong for the IGP to go on that agenda, promising recruitment for the youth in return for peace. They believe that this will create similar situations in other communities surrounding Boku or even other parts of the country where the youth may feel that violence will be the best way of getting recruitment or employment from government.
We have been reliably informed that the House of the Majority Leader, the Honorable Ayariga, has been bent, and so is the Honorable Ladi. Yes, Pusiga. Yes, I understand. She's also a house also been charged. And so the visit by the IGP to the Boku enclave is a step in the right direction. I mean, it's something that everybody should applaud. But what I am reading from social media, if that is true, then the IGP's visit is rather going to create more problems than good. To say that lay down your tools, and that if you lay down your tools, we will consider you for recruitment. It's something that one cannot understand. Why should people, I mean, yes, it is important in order to de-escalate the situation in the Boku enclave. It is their tools. But for me, it will be absurd to recruit people into the security services based on the fact that they've laid down their tools. What it means, that if you do not even meet the criteria to be recruited into the security service because you have laid down your tool, that obviously is not the way to go. It is important that we deal with the Boku issue once and for all. I mean, if we all know the sensitivity surrounding the Boku issue, so if you are not services, we
So that is the deputy ranking on the Interior and Defense.
Honorable Amankwa Menu there making those comments.
What more are they saying?
Well, the ranking member himself, Reverend Nitim Forjo, thinks that the earlier government acts on it, the better, because the situation as we speak is affecting especially women, children, and education in the area. And so it is about time government put its feet to fire to resolve the issue once and for all.
We from the minority was
Tensions leads to a cycle of reprisals, which, if unchecked, will further entrench insecurity in the area. As a strategic border town, Boku's instability poses a wider national and regional security risk. The expansion of attacks to other regions, including the Northeast and Ahafo region, have further underscores the urgent need for a more coordinated response. Beyond the immediate security concerns, the instability has devastated the affected communities. Schools have been forced to shut down, depriving children of their right to education, while key institutions and businesses are fleeing the area due to safety concerns. Critical sectors such as education and healthcare are severely impacted, as nurses and other professionals refusing postings to Boku for fear of their safety. The continued insecurity is gradually crippling essential services, worsening the plight of residents, and deepening the humanitarian crisis. It is evident that the current approach to addressing the conflict has not been sufficient to restore calm. The government must demonstrate greater urgency and decisiveness. The deteriorating Boku is a national concern, and the government must take
with regards to his presence in Boku, is to get an understanding of what really went on. Although the visit trips that should have been sent to him, but he wants to go the first time and interact with the key stakeholders, being the Bokunaba, the other relevant key stakeholders from the Mampusi side, the security and whatnot. His presence also sends a signal to his men there that morale is not lost. We just need to keep, up with regards to our mandate and avoid anything that would bring what on toward, the crisis for that matter. But listening to him closely, I think there was a little bit of problem with regards to the communication. What should have gone out to the people in the gathering is different, or should have been separated from what should have been communicated alone with the overlord himself. I think they need to watch that. It is not good, because if you go in there and you are a neutral arbiter, for you to go and say and promise the youth recruit positions, it brings to the question, which youth are you talking about? And in this situation, I don't think this is the time we need to look at recruitment. Recruitment is tied to what aspect? Is it going to be a direct prevention or a structural prevention? But does that really solve the issues at hand? I don't think so. So I think not only the Honorable IGP, but all neutral arbiters who go in there should know what to say in a sensitive area like Boku. So encouraging the youth to lay down their weapons. How do we now look at getting the weapons from the area? The small arms.
But you need to start from somewhere. He believes that when the youth are gainfully employed, there will be less possibility of them going out there to fight. And again, he was speaking to the youth of Boko, not to a particular group.
Agreed. But my point is, in a volatile situation such as this, saying that is not well articulated and explained further can be what misconstrued. It is good to say that the youth will be employed, but the timing of this situation will not add to the solution of the issue. Laying down their weapons, having jobs is different from resolving a crisis that, results in armed clashes over a little misunderstanding. There are issues to look at and solve. When you give them the jobs in this current situation without resolving or addressing the conflict and bringing it to finality, what is going to happen is the jobs that they get, their monies will be used to acquire the weapons in the name of self-defense. And then you are. But if you solve the problem and everybody
the minority in Parliament, we have held a press conference together with our leadership, and the major concerns we have raised is call a government to act swiftly, contain the deteriorating security situation in Boku. Reports in the media are dead toll that is very high, There's about 3, with many people that are said to be missing, and those have not even been reported as dead.
Reverend, sorry, but so for the death toll, you mean since the disturbances started, or was this renewed clash?
Today, the Daily Graphic put out a front page story and reported a death toll of 300. So that is my reference point. But there's also beyond that many people who are said to have been missing.
Okay.
And beyond those that have not been reported dead. But what we are saying is that the growing of weaponry that is used in these particular acts and the escalations that we are seeing calls for a lot of attention. We have seen the recent development, the targeted bus attacks, arson, setting ablaze the residence of the Honorable Mahama Yariga. All these reflect increasing volatility of the situation. And so what we are asking is for calm to prevail. This is a very sensitive matter that every actor must remove political polarization from it, for us to look at it very nationalistically and to urge all feuding parties to be restrained. We are appealing for calm. We want calm to the good people of Boku. We know efforts by the government in appointing Otumfo, His Majesty Asantekine, as the mediator has taken so far is in progress. We have seen other actors, Peace Council, other actors, National House of Chiefs, and major traditional leaders who are also supporting this peace-building efforts. But whilst that is ongoing, we have seen these recent escalations. MPs, members of parliament, residents, Pusiga, Boku, and properties of the Ghana Police Service burnt down. More importantly, people have been killed. So our condolences to the bereaved families and our sympathies to the many who are injured, and also to those who have lost properties, the organizations, individuals who have lost properties. What we are asking is that we need to be able to step up. The existing strategy that is in place has not proven sufficient, so we need to step up. But immediately, we are calling on the security agencies to investigate, in a very expedited manner, the causes of this escalation and to address those causes. Once those causes are addressed, they will come back to the table. There are certain major decisions also that have to be done. For instance, the Boku Inter-Ethnic Committee. We think that it has to be reconstituted. We also think that the government will have to foster a more inclusive engagement with the various actors and factions to closely understand, their concerns, to listen to their concerns and understand. And when that is done, you would come to the conclusion that, and I agree with Dr. in the Ghana Police Service, that may not be the major concerns. The youth and the concerned groups will vary. So we need to engage them further to understand their concerns. Various groups' concerns have been heard, to take steps to address them, because women are suffering, children are suffering.
I get it, but this engagement, Reverend, have been happening over the years, and we are not getting the desired result. So if the IGP thinks employment could do the trick, is it bad to explore it?
I must commend the IGP for his visit. That I must applaud him, because his presence within this escalation goes to boost the morale of the men and officers who are on site, and his engagement also with key actors is commendable within this period of escalation. It is going to significantly help in restoring calm, and the leadership is playing so far. But I think that he will have to abandon the commitment of promising the youth jobs. For that, we would have to encourage him to abandon it and look at a broader, underlying factors that should be addressed, which to a point of calm. Boku is strategically located at the northern border, and so it is very, very sensitive for our national security. It is also very sensitive for our regional stability and it is in the interest of all of us that calm and peace is restored, and it must be done urgently. But in all this, I must also keep stressing the fact that politics must be entirely removed. Politics, partisan politics, must be entirely removed from the situation. We're also appealing to the security agencies that in handling such conflicts, there's need. We applaud what they've done so far: the national security, the military, the police, and all relevant security agencies. But we want them more than ever before to be very professional, to be firm, to be fair, and even most importantly, to be very diplomatic, considering the emotional, cultural, traditional, sensitivities surrounding the Boku conflict.
All right. Do stay with me. I'll come to you for a final remark. But let me go to Dr. Doc. Doc, so now the statement has gone. It looks like it's a motivation there. How should the police
We need the systems to be in place. Address the conflict, and then now you can look at creating employment for everybody there.
I'm grateful to you, Dr. Victor. He is a security analyst there. But let me Reverend and team for you. Reverend, grateful for staying on. Do I have Reverend on the line? Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Reverend, so I mean, I wanted to find out from you how you are handling all of these issues, amidst the hearing that you are the security services are pursuing you.
No, this is our most sacred duty. It is our constitutional mandate, and so we have to discharge it most conscientiously at all times, and in all boldness, without fear of any state, attacks that is unwarranted. So we will continue to discharge our duties. But in my final words, we're appealing to all feeding factors that this is time for us to de-escalate. Let us de-escalate in Boku. Let us restrain from reprisals and attacks that will further exacerbate the situation, and also the concern about the sophistication of weaponry that is used, and are questions that the government must address very effectively.
Okay, all right. So you're not intimidated at all, right?
Oh, not at all. Why should I be intimidated? I'm not intimidated. I'm exercising my parliamentary oversight here in the most inspective way.
Has the speaker spoken to you that some people have brought in you?
No, that is a conversation we will have. But I'm saying that we are